I feel like I gotta give a round of applause for that episode of Boruto. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review. And for this video, I will be reviewing episode 175 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, which was the greatest episode in the history of Boruto so far. So, without no further ado, let's get right into it. So, the episode started off with Boruto and Sarada trying to get in close, trying to fight Deepa, and Boruto asked Sarada to buy him some time to prepare his new Rasengan. He felt like that was the only thing that could beat Deepa. And Sarada, she tried as hard as she could, but she couldn't do anything by herself. She couldn't create an opening by herself, or she couldn't stall long enough by herself and get close enough to Deepa. And then we had the whole fight with Orochimaru. Well, first he started off fighting Konohamaru, and he was just destroying Konohamaru. Konohamaru noticed how he, at first, when they first fought, he used lightning style and wind style, and when they were fighting again now, the second time, he's using earth style, water style, and fire style. And Victor said, yeah, I have all 5 chakra natures, changes in chakra natures, or all 5 of the basic ones. And Konohamaru, he was like, oh, the only person I remember seeing doing that was his grandfather. And then Orochimaru had to come in and save him from Victor. And Orochimaru, he was fighting him with a snake and stuff. It was some great animation and stuff. But Orochimaru's snake bit Victor's head off. And at first I thought it was gonna be like a substitution or something. But no, Orochimaru's snake literally bit Victor's head off. And I was like, what? Like, wait a minute. And his head regenerated. I was like, wait, hold on. You telling me this guy's head can regenerate? No, that's ridiculous, guys. Like, even for the stuff we've seen in the manga in terms of, well, I'm not gonna get into the manga with that. But point being, that's insane. Like, this guy's regeneration, he might be on moderate levels. When moderate absorbs the 10 intelligence jerky, just in terms of regeneration. I'm not talking about power overall, but in terms of his regeneration ability, bro, he can regenerate his head. That's the most vital thing on your body. So, anyways, Orochimaru also had regeneration, but he was just regenerating his arm and stuff. And I was like, I mean, I guess since I'm pretty sure he's using a white Zetsu body, I don't know. Maybe that makes sense, but it's kind of, I don't know. That seemed a little bit too OP that both of them got regeneration, especially Victor being able to regenerate his head. But he is the ender of Korra, but I still didn't expect him to be able to do anything like that. So, him and Orochimaru, they continued to fight. Orochimaru was beating him up a little bit. He used some wind style, knocked his, like, he like, it's like that one of his legs is missing, and apparently I guess that's the only part of his body that he can't regenerate. And they didn't give a explanation as to why he can't regenerate that part of his body. But Victor, when he was talking about the divine tree, he said that once he eat the fruit of the divine tree, he's gonna gain eternal life, so he's gonna be immortal, and he's gonna gain access, or basically repair his, or get his missing body parts back. Because what I think is going on is his missing leg that he has like, one of them pirate wood, I don't even know what you call them, but he basically is kind of like a cane on his leg at the bottom of it. And apparently that's the only part of his body he can't regenerate. I don't know if he's missing that. I don't know why he can't regenerate that part of his body. If I had to guess, I'll guess it's something like maybe well, actually I'm not gonna get into that because that's manga spoilers. But anyways, yeah, it's interesting that he doesn't have that part of his body. So then we got back to the fight with Team 7 versus Deepa. And I say Team 7 because Mitsuki had to come in. He came in earlier on in the fight and saved Boruto. And yeah, so it was explained towards the end of the episode that basically somebody donated. It was a donor who came in and saved Mitsuki's life, because if you guys remember, the thing that was wrong with Mitsuki was his internal organs was heavily damaged in the last fight that he had against, when he went into Sage mode, when he fought Deepa the last time. His internal organs was really, really damaged. So his brother Log donated his organs to Mitsuki, which that makes sense. So Mitsuki's back now. He saved Boruto, and even all three of Team 7, Mitsuki, Sarada, and Boruto, they still couldn't do anything against Deepa, and Deepa was showcasing some new abilities in this episode, some stuff that he hasn't done before. He wasn't just spamming his cubes like he usually did, but he was having them like basically circle around his body to act as defense, and he was attacking with them as well. And he was doing a lot of stuff because the last time he fought against Team 7, he was just pretty much standing still and just sending his cubes after him. In this episode, he was running around super fast, knocking them around and stuff. And Team 7, they are extremely durable. Like, these guys are getting knocked around by Deepa, who's basically he's made of carbon cubes or carbon, some type of carbon cube thing, and crystals or whatever. And he basically it's kind of like diamonds. What his jutsu is, carbon crystals. It's kind of like diamonds, but he's just knocking them around, and they're taking all this damage, and they getting back up, showcasing their determination and their will to fight. But it's extremely impressive how durable these guys are. Team 7. I mean, they're tanking hits from a ender of Korra. That's really impressive. Deepa is an ender of Korra, and it seemed like he was going all out in this episode. Sarda noted that he didn't go all out in their last fight, but he was going all out in this episode, and he was showcasing new abilities, including the ones he was using before. He was having his fingers basically extend out and stuff like that. It was just some cool stuff overall, and he was just knocking around Team 7 for a long period of time. Nothing worked on him. Not lightning style, not Sarda's fireball jutsu, not her new taijutsu with her pretty much perfected chakra control that she learned from Sakura when they were training. None of that stuff was working until, oh yeah, and another thing, pretty much the best part of the episode, which was built up for a long time, or should I say, actually, yeah, I will say this is the best part of the episode. Sarda finally awakened her 2 Tomoe Sharingan. She awakened the second Tomoe on her Sharingan in the very exact same way that Obito awakened his Sharingan. If you guys remember from Naruto Shippuden, from Naruto Shippuden, Obito, he first awakened his Sharingan, and he awakened the 2 Tomoe Sharingan right when he awakened it. But he awakened it when he was in an extremely emotional situation, and he was trying his hardest to protect Kakashi. And he was fighting against a strong enemy, and he was trying to protect Kakashi. So that's how he awakened his Sharingan. He was extremely motivated, and Sarda awakened her Sharingan in the exact same way, to protect her comrade, just like Obito did when he protected Kakashi and awakened his Sharingan. So what happened was, Deepa, he was sending like his crystal or his carbon cube at a super high speed at Boruto, and Boruto couldn't dodge it. Sarda ran in front of Boruto, and she blocked it herself. I was like, wait a minute, what? Did Sarda really just, like, she literally just blocked the jutsu? I'm like, bro, her durability levels is insane. I know she has super strong chakra control, so that's probably the main reason she was able to block it like that. But, bro, her durability levels is insane. Not only is that carbon cube is kind of like a diamond in terms of like how strong it is, or like it's a super strong crystal basically. Not only that, but it was coming at Boruto at an extremely fast speed, and Sarda was just able to block it. And she activated and awakened the second Tomoe in her Sharingan, so she now has 2 Tomoe Sharingan in both of her eyes. The best part of the episode, hands down for me. And then we seen some more fighting between them, and also Sarda said, "I won't let you beat me. I'm gonna become the Hokage," etc. So that was a nice moment as well. And then they still continued to fight, but nothing was working. All their efforts, Deepa, he kept on talking about how he want them to feel useless or hopelessness and stuff like that. And it was some nice taijutsu. Sarda got in close to Deepa after she awakened her second Tomoe, and Deepa was still dodging all her hits and stuff. Now, then what happened was Boruto, for the second time, because the first time he had hit his compression Rasengan, he had hit it one time before, and then Deepa activated this new like armor mode, like this. He like basically his whole body's armor now, and he in like this gladiator knight type of like armor. So he activated this new mode to protect himself from Boruto's compression Rasengan. But then Boruto did his compression Rasengan again, and when he did it again, Sarda was like, "No, don't do it, because your arm, basically, I think she said like his arm won't make it if he did it again." And she can obviously see what's going on with his chakra with her Sharingan, so she probably saw that he couldn't take it, he couldn't do it a second time. he shouldn't be able to do it a second time, but he still decided to do it. He said he don't care. He'll sacrifice his arm or whatever. He won't let Deepa kill his precious friends because Deepa kept on talking about how he's gonna kill them and etc. Because oh yeah, another thing, Deepa in this episode he mentioned that because in last week's episode he said that basically his goal is to taste all the delicious food in the world or whatever. But in this episode, he said he's basically growing bored or he's getting bored of the food in the world, and he wanted to eat the fruit of the divine tree. But what happened was the divine tree basically fell down. A piece of it fell down, and it was melted, and that really angered Deepa. And so Boruto he prepared this compression Rasengan for the second time, and he charged out Deepa. It was some extremely great music. It was a new track or a new OST that they had in this episode, I'm pretty sure, because I don't think I ever heard this one. It was some great music, some very, very hype stuff. What I thought was going to happen was I thought Boruto's Karma Seal was going to activate again, but I guess not. I guess not. I thought that was going to help him make his compression Rasengan a little bit stronger. But what ended up happening instead was Mitsuki came in. He wrapped his arm around Boruto's Rasengan or around Boruto's hand while he was doing the Rasengan, and he powered up his Sage mode. Now he went into his first form of Sage mode, not his second form. So I don't think he's going to be damaged too much because he just went into the first form of the Sage mode transformation. But yeah, that was cool. He did that, and then Sarda came in and she put her hands on Mitsuki's back, and then they were all powering up Boruto's compression Rasengan, and they were able to beat a full power Deepa. They was able to beat Deepa at his full power. Now this is an extremely impressive feat that Team 7 just accomplished. Team 7, 3 Genin, and they're way beyond Genin level. I mean, I don't know, this might be controversial, but I'm just gonna say it. They might be like low tier Kage level, or at least like almost Signing level. They're extremely strong right now. They just beat a inner member of Korra. And just like I said last week in my last review, Korra members, the inners of Korra, they should all be roughly around Kage level. I'm not saying they're as strong as Naruto, because Naruto is way stronger than other Kage, and so is Sasuke. But they should be like low tier Kage level. And Team 7 just defeated Deepa in this episode, and it looked like they killed him because the Rasengan, they compressed it to a super small degree to the point where it went through Deepa's chest, and Deepa was basically he was complaining. It looked like he was about to die. It looked like he was actually dead at the end of this episode. Now getting back to Victor. He was, oh yeah, that girl May, she came in too. I didn't really care about her. She was just, Deepa was talking about, or Victor was talking about how humans are just stepping stones, and he used he used an example talking about how the 5 great ninja nations, they also use the smaller ninja nations as stepping stones, and he said it's the same concept as to what he's saying, that he uses people as stepping stones. He thinks the weak people should be the stepping stone for the strong people or something like that. And Anato's wife came in. She was basically sad about what she was hearing, and she whatever. I don't care about what was going on with her. She was all right. I'm not gonna complain about her, but it was whatever. And then not Deepa, Victor, he went up to the divine tree because it was starting to bloom, or he thought it was starting to bloom. But Orochimaru said that it's just an imitation or something. Like it wasn't a real divine tree. Like I said last week, it wasn't a real divine tree, so it wasn't gonna have a real fruit. And also, like I was talking about last week, a human being couldn't. Human beings usually don't eat the fruit of the divine tree. In fact, no human being has done that. Otsutsuki are the only ones who actually do that. And Orochimaru mentioned in this episode that a mere human being, can't handle the fruit of the divine tree. But it wasn't no fruit in the divine tree. That was it wasn't no fruit coming out. Victor, he lost. Like all of those people he sacrificed was for nothing because the tree was a fake. It was an imitation. And when Victor went up to look at this to try to get the fruit, he just basically got wrapped up and brought inside the tree. And then that's when, after that happened, then that's when the part of the tree fell down and started to melt, because Orochimaru, he did like a barrier jutsu around it, and the tree started to melt. And I believe that's when it came down, and that's when Deepa saw it before he died. So overall, this was a fantastic episode. The best episode, the greatest episode in all of Boruto by far. And the rating I'm going to give the episode is easily, hands down, 10 out of 10. Story, 10 out of 10. It had great build up to this episode until we got to this point, and everything was just executed fantastically. Art was 10 out of 10, animation 10 out of 10. This is the greatest episode in all of Boruto, hands down. Now, with that being said, I'm going to talk a little bit about the preview. It seemed like they're locking down the Hidden Leaf Village. Like they're, it's kind of like what's going on in the real world, that they, like, how they shut cities down and stuff when the coronavirus started to spread throughout the world. It's looking like the Hidden Leaf Village is on lockdown now because of Korra. So that's going to be interesting. They're locking stuff down in the Hidden Leaf Village. Naruto said he got to think about that because it's gonna really affect his people. And it looked like it was like some graffiti or something on the building. Like maybe people are really mad about this lockdown in the Hidden Leaf Village. But we have to wait until next week to see what's going on with that. Now, with all of that being said, I'm going to talk about a quick little. I'm getting into some spoiler territory before I end the video. So if you're an anime only, you might want to click off. I appreciate your support. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and comment, drop down a comment what you thought of this episode. And yeah, so the manga thing I'm going to talk about is Victor. Now Victor, I highly doubt he's dead because people who read the manga, we all know that Victor, he got killed by Kashi and Koji. So what's going on with Victor right now, I don't know. What I think is going to happen is, I think Victor probably escaped from the inside of the divine tree before Orochimaru burnt it down with his jutsu. I think Victor escaped from the divine tree. How he did that, I don't know, but I definitely think he escaped. I highly doubt the anime is gonna have Victor die here because that would definitely affect the manga as far as the main story and what happened in the manga, because Victor was present during the first part of the Owl arc. Like, he got killed by Kashi and Koji. So I highly doubt the anime will make such a significant change to what happened in the actual story, the source material for the manga. Victor, I think he's still going to be alive because, like I said, he got killed by Kashi and Koji. Deepa, I think Deepa's dead. Deepa's got to be dead because he's actually not in the manga. So, yeah, with that being said, that's all I got to say for this video. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please like the video if you liked it. Like I said, comment, tell me what you thought of the review and the video. And the episode. And if you're new, please subscribe. And also, please turn on that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.